What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the second episode of the You're Not My Type podcast and YouTube series. This is a show where we want to normalize people from different perspectives, being able to talk and laugh about sex and dating experiences. Hopefully, in the end, we walk away smarter than when we came in. This week's special guest is Fatima Taliah, who's a very talented comedian friend of mine. You may recognize her from Revolt TV, True TV's Laugh Mob Laugh Tracks, and she's got a new comedy special coming out with Comedy Dynamics. So definitely give her a follow on social media and look out for that. We talk about some of her stories of messing around with married sugar daddies when she was younger, a cocaine-fueled threesome, and her choices between cock-ball torture, sexual eating, and baby role play, plus so much more. As always, we've got 2 episodes this week, a 30-minute episode and a bonus episode. The first one's going to be free and available on YouTube, which I recommend, and you can listen to the podcast on whatever platform you get your podcast. The second episode, as always, is a bonus episode available on our Patreon. That's going to include some of the fun games, stories, and moments that we didn't have time to include in the free episode, so just pay a little extra money, it's not a lot, and you get so much extra content. That's fun games, perks, merchandise, you name it, you got it as a fan. That being said, welcome to You're Not My Type, and I hope you have as much fun watching it as we had making it. Don't know anything about this week's guest? No problem. Here's a quick sexuality quiz to give you a better idea of who you're listening to. All right, we're doing rapid fire questions. You got to answer as fast as you can. Okay. If you don't have an answer, you could say pass, but no one's hoping that you say pass.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
And go. How do you identify?
Straight.
Identify as like male, female.
Oh, a female.
Yeah. And then you answered my question. What's your sexual orientation? Is straight.
I would say straight, but I'm open to fun shit.
That's such a great way to describe it.
Yeah.
Open to fun shit.
Yeah. Technically, it's queer.
Oh, is that?
I like hetero flexible. That's lit.
Can you still count the number of sexual partners that you've had?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Does that bother you?
No.
What's your longest relationship?
7 years.
Damn.
Shortest relationship?
There wasn't one. If it was short, we was situation shipping.
All right,
That's fair.
Yeah.
One night stand. Have you ever had one?
Yes.
Girl, me too.
I mean, who has?
They've
it at
all
this
been
point? I'm just waiting for the one person who's like, never. Like,
Yeah.
who the fuck? Get out of here.
You a bum bitch.
Did either of your parents give you the sex talk?
Yeah, my mother was like, don't go out there and have no damn baby. Like that's
The black mom
That is-
sex
that's
talk.
That's it.
say nothing like strategic. Like, listen, when they do this, she was like, if you have a baby in this house, you getting out.
Like when you first thought about having sex, what did you think it was gonna be like, and then what was it actually like?
I was wrong that it was gonna be good every time.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
That's all. I think that's all of us.
I find that a thing for me now that I always question in sexual relationships. I'm like, was it good or was you just good?
Do you recall what you thought after your first orgasm?
Damn, I love this nigga. No.
So when you lost your virginity late, did you feel like you had catching up to do?
No, I actually was raised to be very bougie. My mother was always like, just hold out. These niggas ain't shit. And I did, because I had a high school boyfriend that I was still with when I went to college. But we broke up because I met an older guy.
This guy was like, girl, let me pay you rent. You were like...
It was funny because he was rich. He definitely was. And it was funny because when I got to college, my older cousin, Selena, went to the same college as me. And I remember telling her that I was dating him. And she was like, oh, he went to school with me. How? Like, and I was like, girl, and he had the old school TVs in the headrest, Eddie Bauer edition truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I stayed with him for quite a while.
Yeah, you
I did.
From a young age, you knew how to pick.
My mother set me up right.
Yeah,
she was
right.
like, let me show you how to do this game.
What musical artists have you had sex
Oh, shit.
to the most? Playing, like what playing?
I thought he was going to say with.
Oh.
Damn. I was like, we not doing this again.
No.
I guess Jodeci.
Let's go. You're fucking old guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, you're fucking
You are
old guys.
fucking old.
Jodeci.
Oh, nigga.
Yeah, girl, let me warm you up real quick. Little Tony Tone. Without telling us what they are, have you achieved your sexual fantasies?
Not all of them. Some of them I feel like are just fantasies. You ever thought about that? Like,
Well, so is in the idea like you just like keeping them fantasies, or you feel like they aren't tangible to achieve?
I think that some of them should just be fantasies.
What's the worst reason you had sex with somebody?
One time I had sex with somebody because they had another girl there that I needed to prove a point, so we all had sex.
Boss move. Boss move. No, that's just you just flexing.
I don't even know if I want to call that flexing now. I feel like I had a low moment. You know,
Call a flex what you want to call it, but a flex is a flex.
it was a moment where I'm like, he gonna bring this bitch here in front of me. Oh, watch how I do. I'm finna fuck all y'all, and then leave. Now they all my Instagram friends.
All right, what's the worst reason you didn't have sex with someone?
I've had moments where I've liked someone too much to not have sex with them. I'm not into emotional shit sometimes. So sometimes if I feel a vibe that's too strong, I'll be like, oh, hell no. Like, yeah, that's probably.
That makes sense. I feel that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't have sex with you. I'm into it.
I'm too like looking at you like futuristic shit.
Yeah.
I hate when, cause you can't control it as a woman. In our minds, sometimes you will see a guy and you'll be like, damn, I can marry him. When I see that and I'm not emotional, I'm like, get the fuck out of that bitch. Like,
Yeah, the minute you're like, oh, I wonder where he is gonna be in 5 years.
I hate it.
Yeah. Okay.
How old were you when you had your first orgasm? How did it happen?
I gave it to myself.
I feel like that's the answer most women are gonna have.
And I probably would say I was young, like 14 maybe.
Yeah, I always I shouldn't say always, but I've heard enough times like women stumbled into it as opposed to like purposely sought out.
I wasn't sure what was popping off, but I knew it was popping.
You knew something was going on, right?
I was like, whatever I just did right now, we doing this tomorrow.
Yeah, if you had to pick, what would be your favorite porn category?
It's a fantasy. I'm not saying I want to do it, but I love gangbang videos.
They are interesting. I'm not gonna front. Like, I have no interest in doing one either, and I'd still go like, I'll watch it.
It's the reverse effect for me. I don't know what it is. It's not, especially like, this is crazy, but I think empowerment as a woman for me is like what it is. It's like, I don't know. To men, they're like, oh my gosh, she's taking all these dicks. To me, I'm like, get it, bitch. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, there's something.
I think it's a reverse. And then it's like, this is strange, but I love gay men and one girl.
Gay men and one girl? I haven't seen it. I've stumbled upon it and like involuntarily screamed and clicked an X. You know what I mean? And I'm still not like, this shouldn't happen, but I was like, I don't know how I got here. You know what I mean? It's one of those.
It's something odd about that to me. I'm always like, okay.
Sex on the low. Nowhere to go. Damn, I'm a hoe. This is a story of one time. I was a hoe.
Okay, in the past, I've had a lot of married sugar daddies.
A lot? What's a lot? Let's put a vague number on it.
Over 7?
7. This is a solid number.
I've had a lot of.
How does that relationship end?
Usually, you gotta be like, I gotta go.
So it's literally like you're just like, please take your money back.
It ain't what you think. It's a lot of times you like, look, sir, you got a wife. You usually got to tell them like, go home. This is crazy.
Right.
It always starts out of them just being like, look, I'm just trying to have a good time. And then it just turns into like, look, I'm trying to leave my wife. Excuse me? No, you don't. No. Because at least for me, it's always been like, this is his job and that's it. So when they start talking like leaving wives, you disappear.
Okay. Do you ever take the blame? You're like, shit, I was too good.
Hell no. I'm making this family stronger.
I mean,
okay.
All right.
No. I was always like, I'm sure the kids gonna grow up real good because they know today.
Because he's coming home calm and collected. He ain't even mad about his
day
day
anymore. He got new jokes he got from me. He learned new music.
Daddy's always so nice when he's late to dinner.
You know what? I got him right. I have a old sugar daddy that saw me on True TV actually, and my number hasn't changed for years. And he texts me like, hey, he
still got it.
He texts me like, hey, shorty, I saw you on True TV, and he sent me a picture of himself.
Yeah.
Wait,
exactly. Wait, and I was like,
he saw you on TV and sent you a picture of himself.
Because he was like, I don't know if you remember me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he texted me a photo of himself, and it was a real estate photo.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this century? What is it? It was Coldwell Bankers or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, the story behind this is hilarious.
Yeah.
I had this old sugar daddy that he was a stockbroker a couple years back. Yes, I was in my 20s. I was parlaying. And my friends used to call him Jimmy Neutron because he had a really big forehead, and that was a really cool cartoon on Nickelodeon. So we used to always I had sugar daddies to where I would bring my friends.
Wait, but you
and they would insult him
named after a 9-year-old white boy?
Yeah, he wasn't even white. He just a big ass forehead. But I remember he was paying my rent, and I was trying to double up that month because he was going out of town, and I was like, I'm about to get double the rent because I was going on a vacation. But his kids were there. So I had a pop-up visit, and I was trying to do something shady to get this extra $1,500 while the kids were there, and he didn't expect me to be there. And then it gets even better. He was separated from his current wife. They were just separated. They weren't like divorced. But she happened to come over.
Wait, so I have a question. So he'd pay your rent, the $1,500. And how were you going to double up? Like, how were you going to get...
I was trying... He had already paid it.
Okay.
And I was trying to finesse getting my rent early that month.
Okay.
To go to another event. Plus, I was shady because I was like, I got another sugar daddy. So let me get this 15 from this one.
Okay.
And then back then, don't judge me. This was...
I
was a Hooters girl, okay? He knew what he was getting into.
Right.
But I remember going over there, and it was crazy because I never got around to giving this gentleman the fellatio that I was planning to do for this job because kids kept knocking on the door, and then the baby mama came. Let me tell you something about ex baby mama wife. When she found out they got a younger one, they always come in wearing sunglasses and a nice bag and be like, oh. She was like, oh, who are you? What are you doing? It was almost like she was like, oh, he's doing that again. You immediately felt cheap from this bitch showing up because she was like, he got about 3 or 4 of these. What you trying to get? She damn near paid me to get the fuck out.
I love the idea that you had 3 or 4 of them, and then you found out that you were 3 or 4 of them.
Yo,
just the irony of that.
That's always the case. But I remember just the entire time of me trying to do whatever I was doing, it kept on being like, Daddy, I got to talk to you about something. And at one point, the kids opened the door, and I was like straddling him, and they was like, Mommy is about to come.
You're like, yeah, she is.
And they like looked at me like kind of shady, and we all just sat there, and I like, cause I didn't get off him or anything like that. They were just like, she about to come right now. And he was like, okay, cause they ended up getting they were kind of back and forth all the time, him and his ex-wife or whatever. Anyway, I remember like,
I love that you know all of these things.
Oh,
so wait, did you get? I'm just curious. Did you get the 1,500?
I did, but it did not come at the time that I wanted to. He was a great sugar daddy, by the way. Listen, that's why he texted me later like, good job.
Better sugar daddy than he was a husband, man.
You damn right.
Better sugar daddy than he was a father. Yeah.
I got the best gifts ever. I just remember that day being so embarrassing because they kept knocking on the door. I never really got to what was going on, and it was hot that day, and I remember just coming out of there looking sweaty and bogus, and nothing happened. And then that when I came out, his ex-wife to this day now, anyway, was there, and she just was looking at me like, you cheap poor bitch. And I remember being like,
I'm gonna be totally honest, as a third party, I think she's got the right to say in that situation.
She definitely gave me the eye of like,
I'm not looking at the wife as the villain here.
Yeah.
Look at your weave, bitch. Who's looking at me like, I don't know. But yeah, I did get the money later though. They always broke up, so he sent me money out of spite.
Okay.
But I got the money on the vacation that I was on with another dude.
That is such an interesting revenge move, like power move. Be like, oh yeah, bitch. Well, I'm gonna send her some money.
I'm curious to delve back a little.
Yeah.
Who was your first sugar daddy?
Oh no, I'm not gonna remember.
We can't say who.
No, obviously you're not gonna tell me the name, but like, what was the situation? How did it come about?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Before you answer that, can you say what number sugar daddy was that? How experienced in the game were you at that point?
Ooh, I was.
Like you're a vet at this point.
I was a beast.
You're getting the vet minimum 1,500, right?
I was a beast at that time.
Got you. Okay.
He was not my first. He was a regular sugar daddy. See, I had a lot of celebrity sugar daddies before that.
All right. I ain't mad at it.
I'm sure you can't tell us anything.
I will not be saying any names.
Well, I don't know.
My first sugar daddy was an athlete. He's really popular. I don't know if he's still
like still
now.
Or at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Still popular.
As a matter of fact, I remember. It's so funny. I remember being at his house and seeing the photos of his wife and their family, and then I think 6 or 7 years later, I was watching Basketball Wives, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" I was at her house. That's crazy. Like,
I'm shocked. Like as a comic, you weren't just mad you couldn't get on the show. You're like, this is what an opportunity.
I never. Here's the thing. I always knew what position I was playing.
Yeah.
I was one side chick that knew I was a professional side chick. I didn't never want to be.
Yeah, I respect that.
The fact that they had wives made me be like, he's a whore and treat him as such. But no, I had a very rich sugar daddy. It was the first one. He was an athlete. And I went everywhere with him, and he had a basketball wife.
What's the craziest thing a sugar daddy has got you?
I got a car once.
A car? Like a whole car? Like permanently?
Mm-hmm. It wasn't like a new car, but I got
a whole car. I said it, not like a rental. I just want to know.
Yeah, I got a car. I used to date this really big drug dealer. He's still out there. Big ups to him.
All right.
He's serving still.
I see you, fat man.
You know what I'm saying? I dated this drug dealer for a while. He bought me a car.
Okay.
I got a car.
What kind of car?
I had got a Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Were you driving it around paranoid? You're like, this was bought with dirty money. I don't know.
No, back then you don't be scared. You don't be scared when you're young.
Yeah. You're invulnerable. You're invincible.
Yeah.
Someone bought you a car.
I think that women at the ages of 20 to 24, if you are not coming up on hella gifts and rents paid, you ain't doing your 20s right.
Girl, if I was like traditionally sexy, bitch, I'd be a side bitch right now.
Let me tell you, and I was
abs,
like, before
girl.
comedy, I was full out modeling, so that was like my life.
Yeah.
So this was like modeling agencies damn near pimp you out. They be like, look, there's an athlete party around the corner. I think y'all should go ahead and head on over there. This is your second check. Like they would pretty much pimp us out. But I talk to girls here in LA and they be like, these guys are just. I'd be like, bitch, you're not living your 20s right. Okay, I didn't pay for a fucking thing ever. Yeah. Okay, as long as you have on a crop top and your abs are tight, your money better be right.
That's crazy to me. So I've never been rich enough to really consider women property, but like it's a new concept for me.
But rich men do sought out for those types, and they don't.
Yeah.
They know what they're getting into too. None of these married men were like, "This is a scam." She's scam. They knew what they were.
Yeah, I mean, when you're so rich, what's the anything is
you have a budget for her.
Yeah.
That the wife don't know nothing about. It's a whole other separate bank account. Well, what had happened was the one athlete I was dating, he was friends with, and I decided on a whim that I didn't want to date that athlete anymore, and I switched to a new one.
Okay.
And they played against each other. And so what had happened was,
did you choose him because he was a better player?
I just was like, damn, what's this in the club? New.
Okay.
This is
all right.
20s was a different flow for me. It was like rich or not. Anyway, hey, what's popping?
Yeah, you're just like throwing like get over here spears at every dude with money. You're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna lock that up.
I grew up in a family of entertainment though, so it wasn't like I just was planning to go to parties. Yeah. So growing up, I was in the circle.
Sure. Yeah.
So I saw and met people.
I love that your argument for sugar daddying is like, yo, this life found me, man.
It found me. I have nothing to do.
I didn't seek this out.
It found me, and the women in my family were like, girl, get him now.
That's good.
Now I'm out here trying to find commitment. I don't know how well that's going, but you know.
Have a good story to share, but we don't have the segment for it? Well, here's your chance. Let's play Dealer's Choice.
So my one and only threesome in life was sad because it was cocaine involved.
Wait, after all this, you only had one threesome?
In my whole life, yeah.
That's sad. No, I don't mean that in terms of like judging. No, I mean like I want that for you. Because it just feels like that
I told you I was a
attainable.
relationship girl. I've had a lot of boyfriends that just want to be with me and stuff.
Okay.
My pussy's great. Okay, go ahead.
You know what? That's what I'm talking about.
I don't have a pussy.
But my one and only threesome was funny because there was cocaine involved.
Yeah.
And you already know what that does to a man's penis.
Oh, it makes it not.
It's not gonna work.
You might know.
I've never done cocaine.
Oh.
You've done a penis.
I've done a lot of penises, yeah.
Okay, well, cocaine penis ain't shit. Okay, so it ain't gonna work.
And so
it turned out to be a really like the girl was beautiful, by the way. We were fine as shit. Whoever he ruined it for us because we were beautiful as fuck and we both were models, so we both looked great. And it was the only time I've ever we had to cheer him on. We were like, oh damn,
no.
It doesn't work.
Yo, you entered like a whole new
I was trying to hold in my laugh because
Yeah.
that's what the night turned into. Two drunk girls in a bed nude.
Was it?
I didn't watch him do it all, but apparently it blew his dick out. Like whatever he took didn't work. His penis wasn't working.
Was it a decent sized dick, not hard? Like, you know how some dicks you like?
No, it's a good dick. It just
wasn't
broken. It was gone, and then the cocaine didn't make it work.
Did you guys try to like blow him? And
Credit to you.
And as being a comic, I in my mind was like, yo, one night you fell off like this.
For sure.
But it was the only
I
time
bet
I've
that
ever.
haunts him to this day. He might have.
I hope so.
That might have cleaned him up. He might not do cocaine anymore.
Yo, that's a sober story.
Yeah,
That's a sober story.
He might have been like, one time I had these two bad bitches.
It was. First of all, we took selfies. That's how bad.
Yeah.
The light hit us right.
Yeah, it's like
brown
skin. That was his rehab. That was his rock bottom.
There was a point where we were just like, oh, that sucks. We was like, bitch, look at us. And we was just talking about regular shit.
I'm literally picturing him at a rehab.
We were like trying to cheer him up.
Yeah.
The night ended with no one getting any type of dick.
So wait, it turned into like a penis worship thing, you mean?
No, try to cheer.
Like, were you coaching it on? No,
we did coach it a little bit, but then it was just like, well, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
So it just was sad because we were just like, it's okay. No one's gonna know.
Yeah, except
we won't tell anyone.
Except for
Meanwhile,
this
he know what's popping with me, and I don't know. He's an ex-boyfriend, so yeah, that's
yeah.
That's bad.
That's a rough go.
We watched Miss Doubtfire after that.
You watched Miss Doubtfire?
That's a great movie. Okay,
I watched a man with a dick. Like that's.
There is something about you need a good detox after an experience like that.
Yeah, we watched Miss Doubtfire. It was really this happened. We watched.
I've never had that happen.
Wait. At his house, you left and watched.
No, we watched it there, all of us together. We are in all.
It's alright, baby. Let's just put Robin Williams.
We put Robin Williams on, and we watched that. I fell asleep, woke up the next morning, and.
Did he have morning dick for you guys?
At this point, everybody was like, "So what y'all trying to eat?" Nobody cared.
Right. Yeah.
It was either we were all separating and going different ways, but that was a night where you like, bitch, you like. Yeah. Can you imagine being like my night was set up for a threesome, and the next morning you just come home at 8 in the morning, and your roommate's like, "How was your night?" Well, we cheered on a dick that didn't work.
Yeah, that's
that was the night we talked about other shit.
His story is vastly different. I tell that. I'm sure he didn't tell that.
I don't know what he told, but
I know what he told.
So tell you still haven't had a threesome.
Well,
you were game to attempt one.
There you go. Yeah,
right?
It wasn't full
That's
out.
not your fault, but I'm just saying you were let down and you're like,
yeah, you know what? That might be why I'm like, I don't want to do it again because it wasn't.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah.
I think
I was just
common.
there nude
not
with
that
people.
specifically, but I've talked to a number of female friends where it's they had a bad experience with a threesome the first time.
Yeah.
And it kind of turned them off to the idea of exploring.
You know what?
Further.
After that, I was like, this is not for me.
And when I've talked to them about my experience versus their experience, I'll go oh no, you had a bad. I had a great experience.
It was weird.
So I don't view it as a threatening thing. Where I go no, we had a great time.
Yeah.
I've still talked to them. We had a great. Everyone agrees.
Well, I'm cool with the girl. She's having a baby. Everything's great.
Yeah.
But I don't. Sweet. Yeah. The other person, you're right. He might be in rehab.
I mean, girl,
himself. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
He's a tough one to talk about.
He's either in rehab or he travels around with Viagra.
Oh, I got a good I've had some bad Viagra stories too, though.
Really?
Men that take Viagra and then they tell you they getting ready to tear some shit up and then they have a meltdown. Because Viagra ain't for everybody.
Oh, word?
It's not for everybody. Yeah, you can actually sweat out and freak out if you get a bad batch. And you got to do cocaine with it, though.
Yeah.
I know a lot of
You can't do cocaine with...
Wait, it wasn't for them because they were mixing?
He mixed that night, and then he was supposed to turn up, but it turned out I laughed. So I feel like this thing, I cried laughing on this night.
Yeah.
Because he was so mad that he was throwing up.
There's Eddie Murphy Raw, and then there was that night your dick
he just was sick, and I was just looking at him I don't know.
Yeah.
So sorry to break it to you.
Yeah. Oh, that's rough.
Jeez. It's bad when it's two girls being like, you can do it. Here we go.
I'd rather be waterboarded than to live that experience. Are you kidding me? There's so many things. Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I'd rather Ted Cruz roast the fuck out of me.
Yeah. I'm glad that if my dick don't work, I can just be like, all right, well, I guess you're fucking me. And then that's I just switch roles and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll be
and that was the part though. Me and her weren't women that were let's pleasure each other. We were more into what that was. So neither one of us was well, we could finger each other. We kind of looked at each other being well, let's just admire each other's titties. I don't know.
No, that's fair. You're do we really want to do that? Is really
instead we watched Miss Doubtfire and was it's okay.
Fuck, marry, kink. Fuck, marry, kink. Fuck, marry, kink, kink. Fuck, marry, kink. Fuck, marry, kink. Fuck, marry, kink, kink. It's time to play Fuck, Marry, Kink, the game that's just like Fuck, Marry, Kill, except for you can only choose kinks. Here we go.
Fuck means you do it once.
Okay.
Marry means you do it in the relationship forever.
Okay.
And kill means you ain't never doing it.
Okay, cool. I got this.
So my 3, and I just realized it's gonna be a little bit different because female, obviously, and
Okay.
you guys don't have dicks, but it's still the same general thing. The first one is the first kink.
Mm-hmm.
There's a kink. It's called CBT.
Oh no.
It's an acronym,
Okay.
and it stands for cock ball torture.
Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously for women it would be your genitals. So it's basically a kink when men or women, they like the private parts to be stepped on or pinched or in pain inflicted on them.
Okay.
That's something that they're
All
into.
right.
So it's that.
Hey, don't judge. I saw that. Hey,
ain't-
don't
I
judge.
did have a judgy
Let me stop
moment.
acting like I'm
Okay.
doing it.
Okay.
So that's one of them. The next one is, and I want to add a twist to it, is a food role play. It's like you feed people or they feed you, whatever, in a sexual way. But my twist I want to add is, if you're in a relationship, every meal has to be sex. You have to engage in sex. So like for breakfast, if y'all are eating eggs, y'all gotta do it sexy. Like y'all gotta fuck while you eat.
There's
eggs.
no way to eat non-sexually.
No way to eat. So if
Okay.
y'all eating dessert, whatever, if y'all like we having fucking tomato soup today, nigga. All right, you gonna pour it down the titty
And burn your damn titty out.
Yeah, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, everything you eat has to be
Okay.
sexual.
So what's the third one?
Third one is baby role play. It's when the guy or the girl has to act like a baby, dressed in a diaper.
You got to be the baby.
You have to be the baby, the whole nine, crying, rocking to sleep, maybe even soiling yourself if it gets that far, but like the whole baby attire. You have to dress like a baby, talk like a baby. While you guys are having sex, it has to all be this baby mentality, like you're her baby or his baby, and you have to do the dress up and the baby talk and the pacifier and all that shit. So those are the three. It's the torture and genitals.
Okay.
All your meals have to be sexual.
Okay.
Or
Be a baby.
diapers and shit.
Oh.
I'm clearly gonna marry this sexual food. It sounds fun for me and my husband. Let's do
Okay.
this every day for the rest of our lives.
For the
Okay.
rest of your life.
I can deal with that.
Could
Yeah.
you? Really? You just hit a mall food court and you're like, oh, shit.
That's our thing.
All right.
Like, baby, you trying to get these fries? And
Right.
just turn up.
You just got like, Panda Express,
I believe in
orange
keeping
chicken
the
on your fucking
relationship really exciting because this
Okay.
shit could get boring. So I'm not gonna be mad at like sexual food. That's not too bad.
Okay, so then what?
I am going to kill the fuck out of beating out of my genitals. That sounds
Yeah.
crazy as hell.
You don't want to get your genitals beat?
yeah.
Not in a dangerous way where I'm hurting. I got shit to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got to wake up early.
Oh, my
Okay, there's one thing
God.
that I can't stand at this age now is waking up being like, what the hell? Like how your neck hurting from some bullshit.
Yeah.
So no. And what was the other one? I'm sorry.
And then the baby one. You only have to do it once.
Well, I guess I can deal with this baby shit. Well, as a matter of fact, a lot of men act like babies anyway, so I'm probably doing that on a regular basis.
That's fair.
All right.
You know, most of the time.
No, but you got to be the baby, not them.
Fine, perfect, because I don't want to do shit no way. Let me cry about my whole week.
So-
Put me to sleep, goddamn it. Read me a motherfucking story. I'm gonna act the fuck out. Like I'll fuck around. They gonna be like, "What's wrong with her?" I'm about to come to the door like they said that the check didn't show up right now, and I'm gonna act. That's fine with me. But matter of fact, move that to the rest of my life because that's
Yeah.
me.
I love the idea. Like it's not even sexual anymore.
I'm
now,
like,
now
no,
they gotta
this
go out
is
into the world and like
Literally
discipline
me,
somebody.
like
Yeah.
every day.
Hey man, I
That's
heard
how
you said
act.
something to my daughter. Be like, her?
When I'm in a diaper, being like at the bill collector's office or at Sally Mae, right? In a
Okay.
diaper.
JB, what are your what?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm killing ball.
Yeah.
Cock ball.
Yeah, it's
storytelling.
crazy.
That's not. We're not doing that. What are we talking about? Ugh, it's between be a baby and sexual food.
Yeah. One do you have to do forever? One do you have to do once?
Wait, in baby play, like you're acting like a baby, but y'all still have sex?
Yeah.
With the diaper.
Yeah. So someone's just like riding you, and you're just like, wah. You're just
Yeah.
like that whole.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to be wet. Goo Goo Gaga or whatever the fuck. Yeah. Essentially, yeah.
That's great. That's.
Yeah, people into it.
You gotta choose between those two things.
That's what I'm saying.
wild.
I think I'm in the same place as you, man. I just think I gotta fuck baby play. I gotta do that. I'll do that one time.
Yeah.
And
Guys,
then,
just get that out the way.
and then the food thing. You're
And
all
then,
down.
I gotta. I'm so not happy about it. It's the
Yeah.
problem,
You
man.
just
But
want to eat.
yeah, because I just keep thinking about all the things I eat, and I'm like, I don't want to eat that sexually. I just want
Yeah.
to eat.
I mean,
Yeah.
you weren't specific saying like you had to everything you eat.
That's what he said. He said every single meal.
Well, I'm eating in my closet sometimes, and you can't catch me.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm at work.
If you're in a drive-thru and your husband's not there, you don't got. I mean, whatever. But like,
I'm not trying to call in.
Like I was just gonna obviously know that.
Okay, well, for the most part, everything.
My mind didn't go to that.
Yeah,
my mind
all right.
was like, I don't.
So you picked it. Okay, that's.
I mean,
fair.
I gotta marry the sexual food.
Yeah.
I like food so much.
You about to like it a lot.
I wonder if that would change my diet. You know what I mean? Where I'd be
Probably.
like, well, if I gotta eat it this way, then I'm only eating
I would
stuff
so
like
be
this.
annoyed with having a baby sexual partner forever.
100%.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's
That
just
would
it's the
be-
forever part that kills me.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do
You know
that.
what I mean? Because that's gonna lose its funniness.
Yeah, it's after
Real
a while
quick.
you're gonna be
Yeah.
like trying to get out of a relationship with that, and that's gonna be one of those 600-pound life shows. Like,
Yeah,
I'm married
For
to a
sure.
baby.
I'm
Like,
married to a baby.
All right, that's going to be it for this week's episode of You're Not My Type. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the pages. Do all the things that you got to do to help us be successful and keep making content for you. Take care.